Hi, in this video I'm gonna explain you how you can let go of your ex. I know this breakup was quite hard. Perhaps you saw it coming. You had those signs before your ex decided to end the relationship with you. You knew things between you two weren't great, but yet now it's really hard for you to handle the situation, to let go. You sometimes are obsessed. Maybe in the morning you think about your ex, at night when you go to bed you think about your ex, and you want to let go. You want to detach yourself from this relationship. I'll explain in this video how you can do it. It's a process, it's a therapeutical process. I'm going to share with you the tips, the mindset that you have to adopt in order to let go of your ex.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
And before I start, I want to remind you that I put together a quiz for you to know if you have any chance to get back with your ex, because perhaps you're thinking about letting go, but you might have a chance to get back together. Perhaps you are trying to get back with your ex. The best course of action for you would be to move on and let go of this past relationship. Have a look. The test is totally free, and the link is in the description. It takes 2 minutes to complete, and you have a score telling you your chances right away. I think there's a link somewhere here on the corner of the video. What you have to understand now, it is your choice. It's something very hard for you to understand right now because you feel that you're out of control. Your mind, your emotion, your thoughts are out of control. You're trying to fight this, and I'll explain you why. You're trying to fight this, but at the end of the day, it is your choice. Perhaps you're denying the fact that your ex wanted to end the relationship, and you've tried to talk them out. You begged, you cried, you really fight. You fought against this decision that they made. By doing that, obviously, do everything that you should avoid if you want to get back with your ex. It's sort of an impulse of us trying to fight for something we're about to lose, or we feel that we lost, or we beg, we are clingy, we feel like, please take me back. Okay, and as you know, if you watch my videos, this is the worst thing you could be doing if you want to get back with your ex. Because when you do that, you position yourself at, in a way, a lower value. You position yourself as like a little kid asking his or her mom for validation. Your ex is not your mom. Your ex is not there to support you. Your ex is not there to provide emotional support. Your ex is your ex. And you have to accept this. And letting go of that relationship is a choice. Letting go of that relationship is something you can control. You might not feel like it, but if you follow this process, you'll be able to control this aspect of the relationship. You'll be able to let go. So that's when you swim in the sea and you have some very strong streams, the advice that people tell you, the lifeguard will tell you, is when you are caught into a stream, the worst thing you could do is to try to swim against, to fight against the stream. People drown when they try to fight the stream. The best way for you to be safe if you're getting caught into a stream is to let go. Let go, let the stream bring you outside of the stream to a place where the sea is calmer, and from this point you can go back to the shore. If you're trying to go back to the shore while you're in the stream, you're gonna drown. So it's very important for you to understand what you're doing right now, and this is why it's so hard, this is why it's exhausting. If you're trying to fight in a place that is actually not there for you, that is actually going against you. So let go, and you'll see, because it's always like that. And trust me, trust my experience, the clients I had over the past years, trust me, it's when you let go, when you let yourself drift away, that things go back naturally in the right order. Always. Always. It's so important, you have to understand. It's not like you have to try it and maybe it's going to work. Always things are getting back in the right order. Letting go is essential. It's very hard because It's counterintuitive. We want to fight. He or he was the most important person in my life. I need to fight. I want to fight. But by doing that, remember that you're in the sea. And by doing that, what you're doing is making your situation worse. And you're at risk to drown. So, step 1, accept. Acceptance is so key. When you look at a grieving process as a counselor, when I help people going through the grieving process, the last one of the step is acceptance. You've tried to talk them out. I'm pretty sure even if you're watching this video, you've tried to talk them out. You're watching this video because it didn't work. So now it's too late. They told you it's too late. You had the opportunity through the relationship to address things, to reconnect with me, but now it's too late. It's too late, but it's too late for now, right? I'm not saying don't think that I'm saying you should give up, think about dating other people. It's not about this. It's really about letting go of this relationship. Try to also, challenge yourself. Were you really happy in that relationship? Because sometimes we try to fight for something. We try to fight because we are about to lose something, and we have this deep psychological driver that we like to fight when we're about to lose something. You have also to understand that perhaps your ex wasn't fulfilled. He or she might have feelings for you still, but the fulfillment versus the feelings were not enough. They had feelings for you, they still have feelings for you, but they weren't happy. And that's why they decided to end the relationship. Now, from this point onward, you have to understand and you have to listen to this. You are the most important person in your life. It's not your ex, it's not your best friend, it's not your mom. You are the most important person in your life. This is the starting point if you want to feel better. This is the starting point if you want to let go of that past relationship. It is so important for you to understand this because very often after a breakup, we project ourselves, we project our thoughts towards our ex. And we become obsessed. I want you to become obsessed about you. Obsessed about your well-being. Obsessed about what you want to achieve today. What you want to achieve in your life this week, this month. That's what I do with my clients. I'm obsessed about their progress. I want them to be obsessed about themselves. And it is the first step to acceptance, to letting go. Then the step number 2 is understand what went wrong. And there are right ways to do it, wrong ways to do it. What I want you to do, and it depends on people, it's a kind of a spectrum, and some people are often on the extreme. You have to take ownership of this breakup. Something was wrong, you are partially responsible for that. So don't deny the fact that your ex decided and it came out of the blue and you're not responsible for it. You have responsibility, you have to bear some responsibility. One thing that will help you actually to let go is to make a list of things that didn't work. By doing that, you'll also be able to get some distance with the situation. So I use journaling a lot with my clients, especially with the clients I have on WhatsApp, so they use WhatsApp as a journal. So they will basically do these kind of exercises, but rather than writing on a notepad, they will send those notes on WhatsApp, and then we'll be able to have a discussion and interact on this. But by doing that, by doing this exercise of things, list the things that didn't work, you'll be able to distance yourself from the relationship. You'll be able to find the right balance as well. Because right now it's all about, I want her back. I need that person. She or he, there were so many things in my life that could be fixed if I'm with her. This exercise is quite difficult because sometimes we tend to either be, I was so bad, I'm the worst person ever, I'm not a boyfriend material, or I'm not girlfriend material. And some other people will be like, my ex is so stupid, she's immature, he's immature, he doesn't get me. So try to find the right balance. And that's why it's good to do that with a counselor or coach to really help you find the right balance and the right objectivity on this. It's obviously a very important exercise to do. What you have to understand is once you've done this assessment, your relationship audit, you don't have to go back to it. It's done. Okay? What we discussed before is really about how you accept, how you project yourself into the future, how you take care of yourself. So once you look back, you take those notes, you put them in a folder somewhere, but you don't have to look at them again and again. Okay, very important. Now the third thing, to let go, it's really about the environment. If you want to let go of an addiction, if you're a smoker, you get rid of a cigarette. If you're an alcoholic and you want to stop drinking, of course you're going to have the support, seeing a therapist, but you're also going to remove all your bottles from your house, right? So it's very important for you to remove the triggers, whether it's unfollowing them from social media, whether it's getting rid or storing the pictures you have at home. It's really about taking some space and some distance. So the no contact in that sense is extremely helpful because it provides you that space for you to heal and let go. And remember, because we are all guilty of this, it's quite human. Remember that, for example, let's say you don't decide to unfollow your ex and you think, yeah, there's no harm, I'm okay with that. But trust me, next time you feel like, okay, I'm just going to watch one picture, you'll be doing exactly the same thing as a smoker thinking, I'm just going to have one cigarette. What happens when smokers who've stopped smoking think, just going to have one cigarette, there's no harm in having one cigarette? Guess what happens? They're back to smoking. They're back to smoking and the guilt is back and they're entering this vicious circle again. Exactly the same with a relationship. It's an addiction. Treat it as an addiction. Remove the triggers. What is done is done. It's a bit cliche, but it's very important as well to understand. As I discussed before, reflect, okay. Obsess, no. So find the right balance. When you analyze the situation, when you analyze things, you just do it once. You don't have to overcome and over. I know when I speak with people, they would overanalyze things. And I don't know why. Perhaps it's because it's my communication style. My clients are very analytical and they like to really understand the different scenarios and what if I've done that, what if I've done that, what if I do this. Overanalyzing is actually fueling that anxiety, is actually fueling all those things preventing you from letting go. Be future focused. Okay? See it as you're driving. If you're driving and you look back, what's going to happen? If you're driving and if you look back, you're going to have an accident. You're going to hit a tree or the car in front of you. Life is an ongoing process. You have to focus and move forward. Project yourself into the future and look forward, move forward. If you want to look back, you have to stop the car, put the car on the side and look back. Okay? Or you can just check briefly. That's it. What people do, they are driving their car, looking at their relationship like this in the mirror for hours and hours and hours. How can you let go if you do that? It's very important. Again, if you think like you start obsessing, you start thinking about your ex, think about you driving a car and visualize yourself driving a car and looking at the mirror at the same time. This is what you're going to do. This is what you're doing right now, and this is why you can't let go. Conclusion, spend time on things that you can control. It's so essential. It's sometimes people forget that it's so essential. Accept that you can't control everything and be in peace with it. You can't change the decision right now. You can't control what your ex is thinking or doing. If they're in a rebound relationship, there's nothing you can do right now. Okay, you have to accept that. It's hard to accept it, you have to accept that. What you have to do right now is to craft your life around your needs, around your desires. This is how you let go. This is how you feel better. This is how you can use that breakup and use it as a proxy to feel better, as a proxy to become a better version of yourself. And letting go will also build your self-esteem. Of course, a breakup is rejection, and it does affect self-esteem, it does affect confidence. And one of the key elements of recovery, in a way, is to build up that confidence, is to build up that self-esteem. And no wonder, if you want to get back with your ex, there's always this element, this stage of letting go. Because once you let go, you'll see that things will be different because your life will be different. You'll see things differently. You won't feel that pressure anymore. And this could have an impact on your ex. And if you are meant to be together, if you took the quiz and you have a high score, and you are meant to be together, and you go through that stage of letting go, this is when beautiful things can happen. But you have to go through that phase of letting go. If you have any question or any comments, don't hesitate to comment on the video, and also like if you think it was a good video. If you didn't think it was a good video, put the dislike. I don't care. I want to know if you like it or not. Take care, Matthias. Take care. Bye-bye.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.